Hey everybody, good morning, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you live. Coach Mark here, creator of the Lean Body Breakthrough for moms and dads over 40. But listen, I'm going to talk to all of you, whether you're 40 or not, older, younger, anything in between. You can see it's a beautiful day. If you don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm on a bike. It's propped up. I have actually a little holder. Kind of been through this rodeo. Got my dog here by the side, but I'm not going to show you him right at the moment because I'd probably crash in my neighborhood. What I wanted to come on and share with you right now and give you some simple and natural ways, 5 simple and natural ways. Now, I know there's lots of other ways, simple and natural ways to help boost your immune system. I know that's maybe one of the things that you're thinking about right now. Is my immune system strong? Is it strong enough? Do I need to boost it? Well, I could just say on the front end, if you already are pretty healthy and eat pretty healthy and all those sorts of things, your immune system is probably pretty strong. But I would say, of course, you want to be careful regardless. And so I'm on a sidewalk. It's actually a great sidewalk here in my neighborhood. Awesome little sidewalk. I appreciate when you come on here. Thanks. You can give me a little thumbs up. Let me know where you live, how you're doing. I'd love to hear what you're doing. You're probably saying, well, if you don't know me, I'm an online coach, so I do a lot of this all the time with my clients, and I want to just offer as much value as I can, because I know that things are struggling and people are struggling, and our worlds are kind of changing, right? So with that, without trying to get too overly worked, I want to give you right now some really good helpful tips, things that you can do to help boost your immune system. Now, if you see behind me, there's not pretty much, oh, my dog needs to go. Good thing I'm not showing you. He's got to mark his tree here. So maybe at the end, I'll show you Owen. He's a great dog. And okay, he did his business. Don't worry, it was a number 1. If it's a number 2, I got a bag with me. I'm very respectful of my neighbors. So, immune system. So number 1, why don't we just go with the first one? Vitamin D, sunlight. It's actually really good. It's very helpful. Now, there's lots of different ways you can get it. But of course, if you do have some sunshine and you're able to get around in the sun, that's a really, really good one. So that'll help boost your immune system. Of course, there's vitamin D supplements, and you can get in some foods as well. That's first and foremost. I would love to, if you have any good ones, I don't want to be here just preaching and sharing with you what I know about building an immune system. If you have any good ones, by all means. This is Facebook's meant to be a community. I think one of the cool things is, while a lot of people bash social media, Facebook and Instagram, all those things, tell our kids, oh, you're spending too much time, it can be really, really useful, right, in times like this. So you can choose to maybe use it to get you down, get you stressed, get you anxious, or you can use it for good. And I'm going to do my best in my part to try to do some good with it and try to get across good messages that are helpful, valuable to you, even if you share. In fact, if you like this, the only thing I ask when I come on here is if you really like it, share it with somebody you know. You can share it to a friend, share it to your page. I'll give you some love, some thumbs up. Again, if you don't find it valuable, it's cool. You don't have to follow me. It's a free world, right? So that's number 1. I said vitamin D. The other thing is get good sleep, getting good sleep. Sleep, and, of course, in lines with that, we'll just kind of complement with stress. Those 2 things is to make sure you're able to balance out your stress the best you can, or at least help reduce it the best you can. And you're like, oh, I'm stressed out of the world right now, and I totally get that. But one of the things I can tell you is stress definitely compromises your immune system. If you don't, you want to ask my wife, who's been doing nursing for years and years and years. And she can tell you when your immune system's compromised, a lot of times stress has to do with that. So, and sleep, if you don't get enough sleep, a lot of times that can be stressful. So make sure you get enough sleep. I'm honestly solid about 7 hours of sleep. I can honestly do 6, but if I'm working hard, exercising hard, I really need a good 7 hours of sleep. That's that. So those are 2. And here are some basic ones. This is not uncommon. And if you're probably thinking, well, what makes him the expert? Well, you'll realize as I'm sharing with these 5, it kind of goes in lines with what I've been doing for the last 25 years with my clients. Talk about vitamin D, getting sunlight. It's good for you, healthy. Not too much. You want to be careful, right? You don't want to get burned or get skin cancer, things like that. The next one, tobacco smoke, of course. Well, you want to reduce that, because what does tobacco smoke do? Over time, it breaks down your immune system, right? I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? I'm just sharing some basic, maybe simplistic things, but maybe things are overlooked, because this is a time where if you are a smoker, maybe you smoke a cigarette or 2 a day, and hey, it's your deal, your prerogative, right? I just want to share with you some insight on what actually will be helpful for you to help build your immune system. Sorry, I'm at like a little 5-way mark here, so I want to make sure I'm playing safe. My dog is still good. I got people riding, people walking. It's kind of nice. Everybody's keeping their distance. It's good stuff. People are in cars. We're all doing pretty well. I think I'm gonna come by here. Excuse me. All right, there we go. We got a dog coming up too, so I might have to navigate around. My dog's not the most friendliest, but I will share that with you. So tobacco smoke in lines with that is, of course, this is a time where if you're like super stressed out, a lot of times what happens is you want to smoke more cigarettes, right? It's just common. You use that to release stress. In addition to that, let's go to the next line of that. Hey, good morning. Good. Hey, come on, let's go. He's looking at other dogs. And I'm not telling you to come on, let's go. But by all means, if you got a bike ride and you can keep socially distanced from people, get out and get some sunshine, get some exercise, right? I'm not even talking about exercise on this one, because that's kind of a common thing. You exercise, it's really good for you. You're like, that's probably should be one of the 5. Well, it's definitely in there, but it's not one of the 5 that I wanted to share. Tobacco, alcohol, the other thing too. Alcohol has been known to, unfortunately, it's the other thing, right? Because we're all upset the bars closed down and all that stuff, and I get it, and I feel bad for the restaurants and bars, by the way, on a side note. If you can and when you can, to patron small business, local business. I'm a local business. Again, even though I do this online, I had a local business, had a gym. I'm a local coach, but I do this online and work with people all over the world, but I'm still a small business, right? So with that alcohol, just be mindful. Honestly, the problem is alcohol does and will break down your immune system, and unfortunately, the more you do, the more your immune system is going to be compromised. So just keep that in mind over the next several weeks. That's another one. I think that's 4. Hey, guess what the next one is? Pretty straightforward. Eat vegetables, eat veggies, fruits, nuts, have some seeds, things like that. Those are, sorry, my dog he has to stop again. I'm going to show you this in just a minute. I'm going to a park. I'm going to stop at a park. And if you're with me, if you're stuck at home or maybe at work or you're kind of struggling, I hope at least this sheds a little light. And even if it gives you a little bit of inspiration, encouragement, if you don't live somewhere where it's warm, you notice not too many clouds, a couple little clouds maybe. Actually, I don't see a damn cloud in the sky. So I'm going to get some vitamin D in between these trees. Get a little sunlight, get a little exercise. Is the next one. Eat healthy. Veggies, eat your fruits, nuts, seeds. Hey, does that sound familiar? Kind of sounds like what I do and ask my clients to do already. So the cool thing is, you want to build your immune system. The bottom line comes down to just start doing healthier things, right? This does not have to be rocket science. You don't have to go out crazy. Now, I looked up things. I was looking up. Don't get me wrong. I did a little research because I want to make sure what I did and shared. But I want to give you a little bit of, there's other things that you can build your immune system. I wrote them down, and literally they're stuck on my bikes so I won't forget, because I'm old and I'm forgetful. So probiotics, yes, of course. That's another one. It keeps you healthy. Probiotics, you things like your yogurts and quinoa. I'm sorry, not your kefir, not quinoa. Well, I think quinoa is good for you too, so it's healthy. Kefir, things like that would be really, really good. Tempeh is good. Soy, be careful on the soy, but that's also pretty good. So probiotics are good. I'm not the expert in probiotics. My wife's definitely more of one, but I know that they are good for you. The other thing is garlic. Go ahead and have yourself some garlic bread. Have some bread. Garlic is good, helps with the immune system, helps fight off those vampire viruses, right? That's another one. And then what do we got? A couple more. I'm just going to throw it in a couple more, and feel free. This road's a little bumpy. Apologize. Let's see if I can go where it's not so bumpy. All right, here we go. Mushrooms, I've heard that. I'm not the expert. Again, somebody may be more of a nutritionist, if you will. I'm not. I didn't go to school for nutrition. I've taken certifications, credentialing. I've worked with 25 years with people in their nutrition. But as far as, I don't get specific in that kind of stuff, but I know that's healthy as well. Herbs, ginseng, I've heard of that. Again, you got to be careful where you get it from, so that you got to be kind of cautious. And then I know, like echinacea, one of the things I've learned about in the past, my wife's a holistic nurse practitioner, so she did all the studying in this, and that was her degree as a nurse practitioner, holistic medicine. So she knows a lot more than I do. So I just want to share, there's a couple of things you can research with that. And at the end of the day, do something. If you're stuck at home, sorry, he's going again, and I got a car coming by, and I'm on the other side of the street because it's smoother. But again, I'm in a comfortable, relaxed neighborhood. I'll show you. Hey, I think that was somebody I know. Oh. Cool thing is, where I live, it's definitely really chill. I haven't actually seen one other biker. There's people in cars, people walking, people running. But I would say is, I'm safe, fresh air. That's good stuff. So I want this to be a little interactive now. If you're on here and you're watching, maybe you need a little distraction. Let this be the time for a distraction. I'm going to give you another opportunity for you to be distracted, actually to give you some value. Part of one of these simple, natural ways is exercise. And in about 2 hours, I think it's about 10 o'clock right now, so sorry if it's real bouncy. Let me see if I can change that up. This road happens to be bouncy. I'm going to turn around. Woo, it's about time. He ran close to probably, that was maybe a mile. My dog's doing pretty. You're like, do you even have a dog with you? Yeah, he's with me. Hey. And I have to keep it a little bit tight if there's squirrels around. I'll share him in a minute. Oh, I said I was going to go to the park and sit for a moment. Here, let me do that because I want to talk here for a few more minutes. And I hope this was valuable for you. You're like, yeah, but I want to smoke. Well, go ahead and smoke. Go ahead, do it. You know what? It's fine. It is your choice. Just wanted to be as helpful as I can. You know, I always think of this as an opportunity. You're like, man, it's a good opportunity for you. Yes, it is. Because whether it takes a virus to shake people up and out of their seats to get them moving and get them healthier, get them working towards better health, then I'm all for that. I don't like what's going on any more than you do or the next person, and kids out of school for who knows how long. But I can tell you sometimes, and I found, well, this is a bit bouncy, my apologies. I got these fat tires, and I think my dad, when he was here, put some air in them. Now they're really bouncy. They'll say, you know, we're going to stop here for a minute. Let me come across. We're going to go in this little park over here. There's a park real close by. Hang on with me if it's bouncing. Bear with me for 1 second. All right, good. And I trust me, I'm with a dog. I promise you. Let me just show you this. Take this off here. And I appreciate you're on here for a little while. You're sticking around. I know you're like, man, I got work to do. I got to pay bills and stuff. I get it. Cool. Let me just turn this around. This is my guy. Owen, check out this guy. Does he look too worried? He got his exercise. He's got a little vitamin D. Come here. Here, boy. All right, let's come over here and sit. Come on this bench. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I got to take a little break. Again, that was short, just a few minutes. So yeah, I'm all for it. You know, one of the things that I've found over the years, a lot of times people just either see somebody else that's maybe out of shape or unhealthy, or see something happen, or they have a family member, and when they get older, they decide, you know what, I need to step up. I need to start doing something. Or, God forbid, something happens. A lot of times, that's more than half of the people that come to me. Something's happened in their world. They've, realized they can't get health insurance because they don't qualify, or they have to pay a lot of money because, their health is terrible. They took terrible care of themselves. Again, this is not me to point any names point any fingers at anybody, but I'm just sharing with you reality. I'm going to be real with you because it's what I do, and I really am passionate about what I do and helping other people. And what happens sometimes is a scare like this. Even this, we haven't gone through ever before, right? In the history, I think, at least for most people in their 40s or 50s or in my generation, have gone something like this. But I can tell you, there's a little ant on my arm falling off the trees. I can tell you that it sometimes take being shaken up. It sometimes take being in like an emergency situation to realize, oh man. Now think right now, people that have taken crappy care of themselves, are overweight, out of shape, have smoked, maybe drank, their immune systems are terrible right now. Maybe they even have some sicknesses. And while I feel for you, don't let this be an opportunity to shut down and then just close yourself for the world. Make this, especially maybe if you have a little extra time, as an opportunity to start new, to start fresh, to be the person that is saying, you know what, this may be the exact kick in the ass that I need to step up with my health. And here's the thing, I always tell people, you need to do it for you. But the reality is, if you're married, if you have children, if you have parents that are older and need your help to take care of, there's a lot of people that depend on you. And I can tell you this, that if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to be able to be your best for the ones you love? Does that make sense? Now, I know I always say this, and again, there's a lot of things like people in the car, let's just think of in the car industry that work in cars, and you take your car to a shop, get the engine fixed and so forth, so on, right? And they know it. That's what they study. That's what they learn. They get it. And they're like, how are people so dumb about their cars? They don't put oil in their car. They don't change their tires or whatever. I get it, because they're the experts. And that's why we take our cars to the experts. When, like my wife today has 10 patients and she's been busy all week at the hospital. And when they go to the doctor's office, or my wife works in GI and they have, gut and butt issues. I tell people, we tease and I say, we both work in the gut and butt industry. She does in medicine and I do in physical fitness. So I would say is when there's an issue, a gut issue, or an intestinal issue, a GI issue, is you're going to go to the expert. So the crazy thing is that in the years and years and years that have gone by, and how smart a lot of you are, most of you are with a lot of things, I find it really interesting how people think that they can just figure out and not require any kind of expert help when it comes to their health and wellness. Well, you could just go to a gym membership. I think we've been sold into believing that it's really easy. And to be honest with you, it isn't necessary that it isn't easy, but it depends on where you're at in your world, where you're at and what your needs are. If you're overweight, out of shape, if you have injuries, if you have back problems and knee problems, if you sit at a desk all day, if you're really active, maybe you're worn out because you've done too much over the years. Those are the things that I know. That's why people come to this expert for help. And sometimes people have never even, I've had clients that are in their 40s that have never really officially been on any kind of health or fitness plan or pursuit. And getting started for the very first time is scary. I totally get that. So I kind of went off on a little bit of tangent, but like I said, back to the point of the 5 simple and natural things. Isn't it interesting how now we're looking at things and ways to boost our immune system, natural ways, things that we can hurry it up. And it's just like weight loss. It's just like getting shape. People that have 40 pounds to lose. Oh, I want to do it today. I got a cruise. Well, you're not going on any cruises. Well, I have a anniversary. I have a reunion that I want to get ready for, and that's in 3 weeks. And I have 40 pounds to lose. Can you help me do it? No, I'm sorry. It's like if you were to go take your car that's totaled to an auto body shop and they can't fix it, and hey, I need this fixed by the afternoon because I got to pick my kids up at the soccer field. Does that make sense? So I know I'm relating cars. I don't know why it just came up, but I just hopefully this came some value to you. Listen, I'm gonna give you another opportunity at 12 o'clock in 2 hours, maybe a little less than 2 hours. I'm going to do a live workout again. I made an actual pack for, at least I mentioned it, 7 days, and I have something cooking up that's going to be of value if you maybe are beginning on your path, if you need to get kind of rebooted into the path, if you've let yourself go over the while. I want to do whatever I can in my power as being the expert to come on and to give you some help. Because I know, there's some things I can't do. There's a lot of things I can't do. I don't necessarily think I can help you with your finances, but if I can help you physically get yourself conditioned to weather any physical storm so you don't get too stressed out, overworked, upset, unhealthy, go down those paths that are going to jeopardize your immune system, like, go from 1 cigarette to a pack a day, like having a beer here or there, to like drowning your stress and your sorrows in alcohol. Trust me, I've been in all of that. I've been, my family history, people that I've worked with, I get it. And again, I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot, and I have enough to help a lot of people who aren't looking for help yet. But if you are, then you need to reach out to me. Send me a message. All you got to do is quickly send me a personal message. I often ask, if you want my help, you have to actually raise your hand. It requires raising the hand and saying, I need help. And I know sometimes that can be the hardest thing. Oh, I don't know if I can afford to work with a coach. That's a thing I get all the time. I don't know if I can afford a trainer or a coach, or, it's really expensive. Think of this in terms, how expensive is it not to take care of yourself? Just as it is, if you buy a $50,000 car and you never take it to the garage, you never take it for oil change, you never take it to get service, you never take it to get the tires changed, you never get it washed, you run it hard and you don't care, and you put whatever you want in the fuel tank, whether it's gas or whatever, it's going to break. It's going to break down. And what's the value of that, right? I mean, how valuable is that to you? Because again, the difference between a car and you is that you only have one you to go through this life with. I say this often, and I'm going to say it one more time. You only get one body to live your life. One. You get one. Whether you live 60 years, 40 years, 80, 100 years, what have you, you only have one of you, one body. Now, it's been designed in a great way, but not if you don't take care of it, it'll let go of you. Your health will not take care of you if you don't take care of your health. Car is different, right? If you run a $50,000 car or more, or $10,000, $5,000 car, if you run it into the ground, it's not going to work for you. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And, you know, I'm a little bit rambling now, but can you tell I'm a little bit passionate about what I do? You know, people have been messaging me, Mark, this is like an opportune time. You do coaching and it's online and you have workouts that people do at home. This is like a perfect opportunity. And you know what, that is, but people are going to still reach out to me whether they need help or when they need help, regardless if there being any kind of scare with a virus or not, because here it is. This is going to come and go. It'll pass like a lot of things will pass, whether it's sooner or later. You still be in your body. You still need to take care of yourself, whether you choose to wait and hold off for, you know, another couple of weeks or another month or two. Think of this. If you're using this as a time to be on vacation and you're already out of shape, just think of how far deeper you're digging the hole for yourself, or by hiding and burying yourself in food and alcohol and cigarettes and unhealthy habits. That is your choice, only your choice. Again, I'm not going to influence you, but I can tell you, if you choose the other direction, whether it be with me or anybody else out there, or, you know, somebody to help you, and I'd be happy to if you meet the requirements, you know, and we discuss what you're at and you're actually a good fit, because not everybody is a good fit for my program. In fact, I'm only interested in working with people who want to be serious, who want serious life change. You want to lose a few pounds here or there, go ahead and do some, you know, do a Weight Watchers, go ahead and do a keto or something like that. Although I don't think keto's doing too well, because I went in the grocery store the other day, I was going to make a post about it, and the bread aisle was complete. Besides the toilet paper aisle, the bread aisle was gone. So I don't know how well keto programs are doing right now. I think people are drowning their sorrows in carbohydrates. And so anyway, I'm not, because there's none on the shelf. So that's cool. But with respect to that, my honest desire for you is that if this is an encouragement for you to either take that first step, take a next step, reach out, put your hand up for help, or just maybe contemplate on where you're at in your health and your world and your immune system and the direction that maybe you're going. And honestly, you're heading in exactly the direction that you choose with your health. So if you're unhealthy, if you're out of shape, if you're overweight, if your immune system is terrible, it's probably because that's the direction you've been heading in for a while. No excuses. You can get results or you can make excuses. It really comes down to that. So at the end of the day, I've met people and you tell me, oh, no, you don't know my journey. I have kids and I have a full-time job and I'm a single mom. And you know what? Those are the exact people that I'm working with. The single moms that have full-time jobs right now are freaking because their kids are home and they have to get to work and they don't know how they're going to get their workouts in. And they know the difference between that person that's doing it by themselves and the person that's in my program is they have a coach that they can lean on, that can help them. They have a community of other people who are going through similar things, similar struggles, and we're going to work through it together. So that's the difference. There's value in that, just as there's value in working with a guy to take care of your car, right? But if your car ends up being a total loss, then you know what? You trade it in or you sell it, and you salvage it, and you get yourself another one. You only got one body. I hope you build your immune system. I hope the 5, although I went way off on this, but again, I'm encouraged. I want you to be encouraged. I'll continue to encourage you in these next several days, several weeks. I'm going to do whatever I can. In about an hour and a half maybe now, I'm going to head back home with the dog and I'm going to get ready for a workout. I'll post it. It's going to be 12 noon Eastern time. We're going to do a workout similar to Tuesday's workout. And if you want to join me, I need to work out. So come join me, help be my workout partner. Maybe you can be my trainer and give me that push that I need to get it done. Take care and have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll see you.